Instant match reaction, utterly abysmal that tonight. Absolutely woeful. Fulham 2 or Everton 0, Fulham 2 at Goodison Park, whichever way you want to say it. Another absolutely dreadful performance at Goodison Park for Everton, and to be perfectly honest, I hope we write to the FA and ask to play every single game for the rest of the season away from home, because we are absolutely embarrassing at Goodison Park this season. Awful and atrocious, and that was the worst performance of the lot. Forget Newcastle away, forget Leeds away, forget West Ham at home. That performance tonight was the worst performance of the season by a long stretch. Wasn't one player that I thought done themselves justice today. They were all pretty abysmal. I mean, Tom Davies for me was the best player in an Everton shirt, and he's getting dragged off after 60 minutes, but somehow Andre Gomez and Gylfi Sigurdsson stay on the pitch for the remainder of the game, despite the fact I done more sitting on my couch watching the game than they did sat at Goodison Park. In fact, they weren't sat, but they may as well be sat, because they were both atrocious. Abysmal. Like I said, I haven't seen that poor of an Everton performance since probably Wolves away towards the back end of the season. It's another game where we have a big chance to, make some way on the sides that are above us. We could have gone joint with a certain other team and in the top four tonight, and with West Ham and Chelsea not playing till tomorrow, we could have made some room on sides that are in and around us in that battle for Europe. But that's always the case. We always sit here when it's an opportunity and Everton are coming up against the side who they should be beating. There's always the conversation that we have every single time, and that's, we could have made some room on the teams above us today. We could have gotten an advantage against everybody else, but we've bottled it, and that's exactly what we've done today. We made Fulham look like a Champions League side there tonight, and all respect to Fulham, by the way. They turned up to Goodison Park and they absolutely played us off the park for 90 minutes, and I respect Fulham for that, because you know what, playing like that, they don't deserve to go down. They were very good today. They come at us and they done exactly what they would have wanted to do, but we were just abysmal. We allowed that to happen for the entire 94 minutes. I don't even know why there was 4 minutes added on, because he may as well have just blown at 90 minutes, because we were awful. We allowed that to happen, and we won't finish in a European position losing games like that, especially given the week that we've got ahead. I mean, this was a game today that we could have gone out, comfortably won, and then, the City game on Wednesday, you see what happens. Whatever happens. They're a very good side, and in the derby next week, at least if we'd have lost them two, you could go, well, we beat the Fulham side that we expect to beat, but we didn't. We absolutely bottled it today, and we were dreadful, and we didn't deserve anything out of the game. The first 45 minutes was awful, and I put the blame down to Carlo Ancelotti and the players today, to be honest with you. The players, because even with the squad rotation, even with Meenan and Keane coming out of the side, even without Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you've still got Holgate, Godfrey, Coleman, Dean, Gomez, Sigurdsson, Richarlison, Tom Davies, all players that have played, James Rodriguez, all players that have played a lot of Premier League football, and a team that should have been more than good enough to go out and win that game today. But once again, they've let us down, and I blame Carlo Ancelotti, because he watched that abysmal performance for 45 minutes and didn't bother to change it at half-time. There should have been 3 changes made at half-time. King on, Iwobi on, and Bernard on. Why is Michael Keane coming on when we're losing 1-0? Why is Michael Keane coming on the pitch? What is the point in that substitution? What's the point? To shore the defence up, because Mason Holgate's having a shocker. Mason should have been dragged off after 25 minutes then, because he was awful all day. Absolutely awful. It was again, I'm just so frustrated and I'm so annoyed, because it's the same situation week in, week out, and I would not be surprised if we turn up on Wednesday and we put in a decent performance against City. I'm not going to say we'll beat them, because we'll get our arse handed to us playing like that, but it wouldn't surprise me if we turn up on Wednesday and we actually show a little bit of fight and we stand up to Manchester City's level and we match them on, in various parts of the field. But it doesn't matter, because today we should have been more than good enough to beat that Fulham side. And you know what today was? Not one of those Everton players, barring probably Tom Davies, who I thought had a really good game and shouldn't have been taken off. None of them cared. None of them wanted to be at Goodison Park. None of them wanted to play. It was almost like they were all thinking, it's a Sunday night, I can't be arsed, just get me home, I don't want to be here. It was flat. There was no urgency, there was no intensity, there was no energy, there was nothing at all. And it's Everton Football Club all over that. Everton all over. Another nonsense performance at Goodison Park that ultimately will be sitting here at the end of the season. No matter where we finish, be it 6th, be it 4th, be it 5th, we won't finish in the top 7 playing like that. We won't even finish in the top 8 playing like that, so forget it. But wherever we finish at the end of the season, we'll be sitting here thinking, how did we put that performance in against Fulham? Why didn't we turn up? And that's exactly what we didn't do today. We knew Fulham were a side that play nice football, and we knew if we give them, all the time in the world, that they can create opportunities. And it was abysmal. We couldn't get out of our half. We could not get out of our half, and even when we did, we couldn't string 2 passes together. And no disrespect to Fulham, but this is a side who are in the bottom 3. This is a side who, again, may well go down this season, and they haven't had a great season whatsoever, and we can't even get out of our half. They've just had about 75% possession there. We're defending, we're playing a low block, we're trying to defend against the side who are in the bottom 3 of the league at home. It's just abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal, and it's so frustrating because, like I said, as much as you can blame Carlo Ancelotti tactically, and I do, I think that the substitutions were baffling. I think the timing of the substitution was baffling, and I think the fact that we just had no energy whatsoever was a nonsense. But those players should have been more than good enough to go out and put a performance in today, but not one of them wanted it. None of them wanted to win that game of football. None of them wanted it as much as Fulham did. And I haven't heard Carlo Ancelotti's post-game interview because I'm sitting here doing the video, but I can put me out on it that he'll talk about spirit and the fact that they had more spirit than we did, and they deserved it more because we didn't show the fight and we didn't show the spirit. How many more times do we need to be told that you can't win football games without spirit? Start showing spirit in every game then. It's alright doing it against Spurs in the FA Cup. It's alright doing it against, Manchester United and Old Trafford. Why can't you do it against Fulham at Goodison Park? Why can't you do it against the sides who we should be comfortably beating? And I had an awful feeling about this game. I've had an awful feeling about it all day because I knew that Everton were capable of putting in that level of woeful performance, and that's exactly what we've done tonight. Exactly what we've done. And to be honest, I'm debating whether to even bother on Wednesday. I might go for a nice long stroll on Wednesday night because I seriously am debating even bothering sitting down and watching us play Man City, because if we play like that, it'll be double figures. Forget your Southampton losing 9-0. It'll be about 19-0 if we play like that on Wednesday. But I don't think we will, because that's Everton for you. We'll step up to the level of Manchester City. Not saying we'll win, but we'll battle them, and it'll probably be a lot closer than it was tonight. But what happens when we face sides that are struggling at the bottom? We step down to that level and they gain confidence and they step up. It was atrocious, absolutely abysmal. Like I said, Gomez was awful, absolutely awful, and he's been good recently, but I'm not afraid to call out a bad performance. Sigurdsson done nothing. Richarlison done nothing, but I feel for him because he's playing as a forward and he's getting no service whatsoever. James tried a couple of things on a couple of occasions, but let's be honest, he done nothing in the game. Tom Davies, like I said, for me was our best and most comfortable midfield player, gets taken off on the 60th minute. Mason Holgate was atrocious, absolutely abysmal all game. Robin Olsen made a couple of saves, but again, he was there. Godfrey done all right. Coleman isn't good enough to start games of football for Everton anymore. He isn't, and his little run and his shot was shades of old Coleman, and it was wonderful to see, and it was brilliant. But other than that, he doesn't get forward, and he was being outplayed constantly. And I don't blame Seamus for that because he shouldn't be playing week in, week out for Everton. He should not be playing week in, week out for Everton. So I don't blame him for that performance. Luca Dean going forward was all right, but again, defensively, we were just awful. We were just atrocious. There was no fight. There was no battle. Decore was a shadow of what he usually is. No energy, no intensity, and deserved what we got. Absolutely deserved what we got. And to be honest with you, like I said, I just can't be bothered anymore. I just can't be bothered. There's a saying there underneath the Everton badge, and it's nil satis nisi optimum, and that translates to nothing but the best is good enough. Nothing but the best is good enough. Was that the best tonight? It wasn't even a half-assed performance, and I don't want to hear the Instagram post of, we should be better, we should have done better, this, that and the other. Show it on the pitch. Show it on the pitch. Why are you waltzing around on the pitch, walking around? Why are we getting beat 2-0 and we're still playing it round the back? Why aren't we lashing it forward? Where's that spirit that we saw at Old Trafford? Where's that fight that we saw to get back into the game on Wednesday against Tottenham? Where is it? Is it not there because you can't be arsed because you're playing a side that you think you've got a right to beat because they're at the bottom end of the table, so you can't be arsed showing any fight? Why isn't it there? It's so frustrating, and again, I'm just bored of it. I'm absolutely bored of, every time we've got an opportunity to, gain some room on the sides that are at least in and around us and make it a European fight, we just throw it away and we bottle it. And we all sit here and we all talk about the media not giving Everton any attention, and the media not putting us in a fight for top four. And Harry Redknapp said earlier on today that Everton aren't in a fight for top four, and I've seen a couple of Blues on Twitter saying, no, he doesn't have a clue, why are we listening to him, we're only 3 points away. Well, that's why tonight. That's why, because these pundits, these people in the... And it kills me to say it, because I can't stand a lot of them, but they're being proven right. Because when it matters, and in the games that we should be turning up and winning comfortably, we don't. We just don't. And again, I don't know. No leaders, no energy, nobody seeming to care. And why should we care if they don't care? So I'm going to do this video, do the player ratings, and then I'm done with it, because I can't be bothered with Everton anymore. I'll still come back tomorrow and do the match review, but I just feel really, really let down tonight. I just feel like they've gone out and put in such a half-assed, not giving a shit performance, and Fulham have embarrassed them. And it wasn't like a close game where Fulham had hit us twice on the counter-attack and we'd had loads of chances. Our first shot on target come after the 75th minute, and that was Sigurdsson who basically passed it back to Areola. I think Richarlison had 4 touches in the first half, Sigurdsson 3, Olsen had more. Abysmal, absolutely abysmal. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you want, subscribe if you're new. I'm going to do this in the play ratings and then I'm off. See you later. Cheers for watching.